The 12-week year is a time management system that completely changes the way you look at setting and achieving your long-term goals. It allows you to take your vision and bring it to your reality. 12-week year is not just for businesses or millionaire moguls, it's also for you. You can use it to achieve any type of goal, big or small, in a short period of time, just 12 weeks. Hello my love, it's Nicole Charnel. Welcome back to my channel. And in this video, we're talking about my last 12-week year, how it helped me, how I did over the 12 weeks, and what I'm doing for my next 12-week year. So if you're ready to talk about the 12-week year and maybe try it out for yourself, just keep on watching. 12-week year. I love the 12-week year. If you are new to my channel, I'll definitely link my playlist up in the cards and you should definitely check it out. I've done many videos on the 12-week year. I continue to use it because I feel like it is the best way to achieve it, not just to achieve, but to set goals that you really want to achieve and to like stick to the process. So I'm not going to go into explaining the 12-week year in this video. I am going to show you how my 12-week year went these last 12 weeks, show you what worked for me, what didn't work, and what I'm changing for my next 12 weeks. Okay, so this is my 12-week year, summer 2023. I started June 21st and I ended September 13th, which was last week by the time you're watching this video, but in real time, it's actually tomorrow. This is how I have my 12-week year set up in my Notion. I have a little quote at the top, from vision to reality. I'm not sure where this quote came from. I'm pretty sure it is from the actual book. The archived version of this page. When we get to the end, I will show you my 12-week year, the current page that I'm going to be using next. But here at the top, I have, like I said, from vision to reality. Underneath this section, I have the little section marks for my weeks, which I'll show you in depth later. And then I have my WAM meetings. This is where I track the meetings I have with my accountability partner, who is my best friend, my cousin. We basically get on the phone every week and we talk about our goals, we talk about our week, how we did, and then we set new goals for the week. In this next section, I have my 1-year goals. So these are my goals taken from my vision, broken down into 1 year. So, I have them kind of set out as journeys in a sense of these are things that I'm working on to achieve my optimum life, to achieve my vision basically for my life. So I have my calisthenics journey, my financial journey, and then my side hustle journey. Then I broke them down into 12-week goals. I don't know what happened to this first one. I really don't know what happened to it. I think I started editing the wrong page. That's probably what happened. Anyway, so for my 12-week goals, this last time was to achieve a handstand, pay off my travel and credit card, and to decide on a sustainable side hustle. Then I have each goal broken down into strategies. My handstand, I have 3 strategies, which were plan out my weekly workouts, do 3 upper body workouts a week, and then plan out my weekly meals. For my debt-free journey, I was to budget my paycheck weekly, use cash for my food expenses, and then save at least $200 a week. And then for my travel agent, which is what I decided my sustainable side hustle to be, read and listen to a productivity book for 10 minutes twice a week, spend 20 minutes a week planning my travel agent business, and then save $100 a month towards the license. So moving down here, the way I have my tasks set out in this past 12 weeks, which I talked about in one of my updates, is not the way that I'm going to continue to use it, and is not anything that worked for me. Like once I got to the end, I saw why it wasn't working, but I'm just going to kind of show you an overview of what it was. I had a table within my Notion and it basically has all the weekly tasks set out, and then I have a little checkbox which calculates the weekly score at the bottom. Within a 12-week year, the weekly score is something that is really important for you to make sure you're staying on task. It's also really important because it's a way of holding yourself accountable. If you're looking at your tasks, marking them off whether you achieve them or not achieve them, and then you give yourself a score for the week, it is a way of triggering your mind saying, okay, I'm doing good or I'm doing bad. In the book, that's kind of how it describes it. As, like I said, an accountability for yourself, so you can make sure that you're doing what you need to do to be able to achieve your goals. Over on the side, I just have this little brain dump section that I added. It's just for me to like add a task quickly to my task master list. And then you can see I'll close the toggle. There were all 3 of the 4 weeks. So my first 4 weeks, next 4 weeks, and then last 4 weeks here. And now I have, then underneath I have a calendar. The calendar shows when my weeks would end. So like I said, the 13th is actually tomorrow. So that is when my 12-week ends. I am going to set new goals this coming week. So set new goals, assess, like really set up my 12-week year and all that. It's like kind of like a debriefing week. And then I'm going to start my next 12-week year next week. The main reason why I'm not waiting a long time in between is because I want my next 12 weeks to end before Christmas. So by starting on this week, I'm gonna end 2 weeks before Christmas, and that way I don't have to worry about it for Christmas. Now I know there's other holidays in there. I actually have a ton of things going on in the next few months, but I definitely think having my 12-week year will help me stay focused and help me stay on track and productive for the things that I need to do. So I'm not hesitant on starting it right away. But like I said, mainly it's because I want it to end before Christmas. Then I can have like a really good debriefing period before the next year. How I originally have my 12-week year laid out is I have put my weekly tasks into a list. And now something that worked for me, of course, is having weekly tasks and going over them every week. But the major thing that didn't work for me was my layout within my Notion. Now, the reason why it didn't work for me is I think because the way it's laid out, it shows it all together and then it calculates it all together. What I really needed to do is have my weeks separate. So because I'm scoring my weeks separate, putting it all together on one table kind of diluted the purpose of it. Within the book, The 12-Week Year, it goes very much into detail about how your week should go. Your week is actually supposed to be a month. Like the amount of work that you would do in a month, you're gonna do it in a week. And that is because you don't wanna lose your momentum. You don't want to lose sight of your goal when it's in a shorter amount of time. And you'll also feel the urgency of meeting that goal when it's in a short amount of time. So once again, having everything in the table for me kind of diluted those feelings for me. I was just like, oh, well, I'll do this other thing and not do this one thing because it's not gonna affect my score. When in reality, it was affecting my score and I just wasn't doing the things. But to me, it was like more of like seeing it all together, and I was seeing it all as, I was still seeing it as a month and not an actual week. That's another thing with the 12-week year. The time is the biggest portion of it. It's a time management system. It's meant to take your 1-year goal and squish it down into 12 weeks. So each week is a month, so you can accomplish that goal in the 12 weeks. If you don't get the concept of like really smushing it down to a contained space, you're not gonna feel the urgency of moving towards your goal, making sure you're working on your goal, paying attention to your goal. You're gonna lose that urgency. So that's super important to keep in mind when you're doing the 12-week year, is you have to keep constantly thinking about the time you have to do the items. Also, on the other end of that, the time you have to do the items is shorter. So you don't want to cram too much into your day or your week. That's something I was doing in the very beginning. See, I actually had spend 20 minutes a day working on my side hustle or my travel agent side hustle. That was not realistic for me. That was a lot of time for me, especially when I also wanted to do reading. I also wanted to do planning. I also wanted to watch some videos. So I had to like really step back and say, okay, this is a lot of time because I don't have a lot of free time. So I need to revamp how I use my free time. So I ended up backing it off into 20 minutes a week, which really ended up being not enough. So once again, I think that really came from me not breaking down my weeks the way I should have. Something that also I noticed when I was doing this 12-week year is I wasn't going in to my Notion page daily like I should have been. And that is also, I think, from the way it was laid out on my page. I had all my tasks together. So I was like, oh, okay, I already know what my tasks for the week. I don't have to look at that page. No, I need to look at the page daily and weekly. I ended up not even looking at the page. I would look at the page like every 4 weeks, and it was just like, well, what is the purpose of this, ma'am? It's not helping you. You're not getting better. Like, you have to look at the page every single day. So I've also created another page within my Notion called The Daily, which is something that I do daily. I go into that page every single day. I look at my schedule. I look at my agenda. And then I also track myself. I track my mood. I track what I'm eating. And that is helping me with making sure I go into that page every day. So adding, what I'm going to do is going to add my 12-week year to that page. So I know that I need to click within it every single day. I need to look at the things. I need to assess what I'm doing for the week, so I can continue to stay on task. Once again, it is all about time and time management. Within my 12-week year, I do use the time blocking system, and I use this system really for my life, but the 12-week year really helps me hone it and make it like sustainable for me to use it for my life, and then in turn use it for setting my goals. If you want more information on time blocking, I do have a video that I will link up in the cards or down below in the description box that really explains it a lot better, at least from my perspective, and I really kind of go into depth of how I use time blocking in my daily life and how it has really improved my productivity. As achieving my goals within my 12-week year, I completed about 2.5, and let me explain. So my first goal was to achieve a handstand. So if you haven't been watching my videos, I do have a video of me achieving my handstand. However, it is up against a wall. It's not like out in the middle of a room. It's not super fancy, but I can do a handstand up against the wall. Sort of. Like, I am kind of still leaning on the wall, but I'm working on right now like my core strength and like getting my balance of being upside down. So, but my feet are up there. I can get my feet up there every time now. I really am working on my core because I can like move my feet up away from the wall. You know, like I have more movement, more flexibility. Like to me, I achieved this goal, and I'm still gonna work on it, and you'll see with my next 12-week year, because my fitness is really important to me, and having goals within my fitness helps me when achieving my fitness goals. So like doing something new, like a handstand, a pull-up, you know, just more calisthenics and all that, like it's very challenging to me. So because I have that challenging aspect within my fitness journey, it helps me stay on my fitness journey. So there will be another fitness goal in my next 12-week year, but as far as this one, I'm checking that one off as achieved. Like, I feel really good about that. My next one, pay off my travel and my credit card. I did not pay off my credit card. I have been paying down on it, but it's not paid off. It's about, I want to say like 10%. It's about 10% paid off. So, however, I did pay off my whole travel, which was $2,500. $2,500. What? I feel so good about that, so amazing about that. And because of that, I've like been really getting into like my financial journey, tracking and just being focused on it. So there will be more videos on that to come. But to me, that just goes along with my channel and like what I'm doing for my channel, like being a productive human, like being a person who is about her business. I'm getting things done. I'm making sure my children are taken care of, and I'm achieving my goals. Like, that is what I want for my life. Like, that is a part of my vision. So I mean, financially and being in my finances has just become something that I really enjoy, to be honest. And I'm just for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for all the financial things. That goal I achieved half of, because like I said, I paid off my travel, but I haven't paid off my whole credit card. Last goal was decide on a sustainable side hustle. So if you've been following my channel for a little bit, you'll know that I've talked about side hustles. Like, I talk about it all the time. And for whatever reason, it's just something that I want. I want to have a business that once I finish with my career, like my career currently, I'm in customer service, and I work 40 hours a week for someone else, that I can move into the side hustle after I retire from my career and work for myself. So instead of working for somebody else. Like, I feel like that, I finally figured it out. I used to say, like, why do I want to have a side hustle? Like, why do I want to work on the side? Like, I like working. I feel like I don't like working that much, that I feel like I need to work all the time, but I want to be able to work for myself. So I need to be able to build something long-term, something that once I retire from my main job, it will already be set up, it'll already be running, and I can constantly work on it while I have a main job without completely burning myself out. So that was my 12-week year, my past 12-week year. I feel really good about it. It encourages me to continue to move on every time I hit goals or mark something off, every time I have a good week, even when I have a bad week. Just seeing it, visualizing it helps me realize, okay, this is where I'm falling short and this is what I need to add. So, and next I'm going to show you my setup for my next 12-week year. I haven't finalized my goals yet, just because today I'm working on my vision and I'm working more on like how I'm going to revamp my vision, or reset my vision, so to speak, because I'm working on that. I haven't finished finalizing my goals, but I'm pretty sure I know what area of my life they're going to involve. So let's go ahead and jump right into that template. 12-week year page. As you can see, I changed it to fall. It's really going to be fall and winter, but it starts next week, which is September 20th, which is when you're watching this video, and then it's going to end December 13th. So it's 2 weeks before Christmas. So that's perfect for me. I think that is perfect for what I'm trying to do, where I'm trying to go. All right, so at the top, it's pretty much still the same, from vision to reality. And then these weekly tasks, they're still here, but I think I'm just gonna move them out the way because I'm not going to do my weekly tasks that way. I'm gonna show you how I'm going to do it. Here are my 1-year goals. It's going to be my calisthenics journey, but really it's my fitness journey, my financial journey, my side hustle journey. I'm pretty sure those are the 3 I'm going to do, but like I said, today I'm working on my vision and revamping my vision. So I'll have like a final, once I have a final view, I'll let you know and I'll show you guys that. But this, I'm pretty sure this is what it's going to be. Next will be my 12-week goals. Once again, I haven't finalized, so I don't have them there. And then underneath the goals, I will have 3 strategies for each. Down here, this is a big change that I added. So I added a brain dump section like you saw on the other page. That goes directly to my task master or my task manager within my Notion. But then I also have a video idea page for whatever for whatever reason. A lot of the times when I'm working on my 12-week year or like looking at this page, I get video ideas. I mean, it happens often. It happens usually when I'm working in general on my computer, I get like video ideas, but I wanted like a quick place I could write them down. So I have that here. And I think I have it on a couple of other pages within my Notion too, because once again, like there's pages that I go into daily that help me kind of like hone that and get me in that creative space. So I'm constantly like thinking of new things and I want to be able to jot them down quickly. Okay, next I have this little button here that says next 4 weeks. If you saw my previous template, I have this button as well on that one, but it's a little bit different. What this one is going to do is set up these 4 weeks here. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Within that, I have little to-dos, and then I have its location for a score at the bottom. So this is the major change that I made for my 12-week year. And once again, the reason why is because I was having trouble separating the items that I was actually doing per week and making sure I got them done because they were all clumped together in one table. So I decided to take them out of the table based off of I saw another template for a daily view that I actually use, but it has nothing to do with this whole week year. But I was just like, I like the way this is set up and I'm using it more often. So let me apply it to my 12-week year so I can make sure I use this portion, which is my weekly setup, more often. I do a weekly review and reset every single week, which includes planning my week, planning my meals, planning my days, planning my workouts. So within that, I'm going to be planning my 12-week year. And it's super simple because what I'm planning in the week usually is something that's within my 12-week year. So I can literally just plug and play and just move that over to this page. And that is why I'm setting it up like this. I couldn't do that before with the table. And I had like the urge to, but I was just like, oh, well, I have this table, I can't do that. So now I have this little listing, and then I can still go in and like check the things off, which is perfect. I'm that person that loves to check things off a checklist. And then I can calculate my score at the bottom, which once again will be easy. I'll say I did 3 of 4, and that gives me a score of 75%. Easy. I can do that very easily, calculate that. So that is how I'm going to do that portion. And I'm also going to go, like I said, go within this weekly from my daily page. And I'm going to plug in my tasks here, and then they'll also be there. It's going to be perfect because not everything that I do every week has to do with my 12-week year. Like, for example, I had to get some paperwork for my kids' school. I had to like call the doctor, and then I have to go take it to the school and all that. That's on my daily like agenda. So, but that's not, doesn't have anything to do with my 12-week year. That's just like regular life things. So the way I'm going to use them and incorporate them, I'll show you more when I start my 12-week year. Basically, there'll be another video like next week showing like my full setup. But yeah, as far as this goes, like that's the best way I can explain it. And then I'll show you how I fill out. That's what I'll do in that video. See, look, video idea. If you want a Notion tour, leave me a comment down below. I know that some people come to my channel for that, but not a lot of people. But if I get someone that's interested, I'll definitely do a tour. Notion has really allowed me to be more productive, like in the way that I want to be, not in the way of being busy, but just like really being productive, completing whole tasks, whole projects. Like Notion has really helped me like stay out of my brain and like be active and be present. It's really helped me with that, and that's why I really enjoy using it, and that's why I continue to use it. So lastly on this page, and I hope that made sense, my whole score thing and my whole weekly task, but the main thing was what was wrong with my last one was I wasn't changing my weekly tasks either. I was literally keeping them the same every single week, and that also wasn't good for me, like good for my productivity, because I wasn't doing anything. Like, and then if I didn't do anything one week, I would not do it the next week. I'm not achieving anything. So lastly, I have my calendar. I was just filling it out. So it's in December right now because I was like just filling it out and finishing when my last week would be, but you just hit this today button and it goes back. So today I'm working on developing my vision. And then, like I said, my last 12-week year ends tomorrow, technically. I'm gonna set up my goals, which is due by next week. And then I'm going to start a new one on the 20th, which is the day you are seeing this video. So that is how it's gonna go. And then I have the end of the week mark. And I just found that before I was doing like beginning of the week and end of the week, I was confusing myself. Like, it didn't have to be all that, Nicole. I just need to know basically what week I'm in. So when I do the end of the week, it helps me see it more clearly. So on the 20th, I'm in week 1 because the end of the week 1 ends next week. So it just helps me see it more clearly and kind of see where I am, like really assess my 12-week year, make sure I'm working on it. So that's it. If you are looking for a 12-week year template, I will link my original template, that video of my original template down below in the description box. Like I said, I've kind of changed it since then. If you want the new one, leave me a comment. I literally only changed one thing, which if you use Notion, you can easily adapt. But if you want my actual template that I use now, just leave me a comment down below and I'll put that in the description box as well. Like I said, I love doing the 12-week year. It definitely changed my goal setting ways completely. It changed my time management completely. Like the fact that I now I'm like focused on being on time, sticking to my time for myself and for others, showing up for myself. I think that just was overall a game changer, and like just shows that I can do it. You know, I can set these goals and I can make them and I can achieve them, and it just makes me feel really good in my life, for my vision, like the vision of my life, the purpose of my life, and just having that at the forefront of me, of my brain, is just super key, just super key. It's just, I love it. That is it for this video, guys. If you want to see how I set up my vision for this 12-week year, that video will be coming up next. So you want to make sure you subscribe to my channel. And if you want to see my previous setup for my 12-week year, I will link that on the screen. Other than that, thanks for watching, guys. And I hope this video helped you, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.